Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. So today, we need to talk about one of the most perplexing and worrying situations in the modern history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, I'm talking about Thunderbolts. And if you've been anywhere near the box office news lately, you might have seen the headlines. Like Thunderbolts flops at the box office, another box office miss for Marvel, superhero fatigue is real. But on the surface, the numbers are hard to argue with. A worldwide gross of about $382 million, on a production budget of $180 million. Actually, for a Marvel movie, that's a significant underperformance. It's a number that puts it dangerously close to losing money, after factoring in the colossal costs of global marketing. But here's the thing, this isn't the story of a bad movie bombing. This is the story of a good movie failing. And that is a far more interesting and complicated problem. Thunderbolts is not a symptom of a creative downturn at Marvel, it's a symptom of a fundamental shift in the movie industry, and in the audience's relationship with the biggest cinematic franchise on the planet. So let's break this down, piece by piece. Then think about it, why did Thunderbolts fail financially, despite being, according to most, a very good movie? So first let's address the elephant in the room. This movie was good, like genuinely good. And it has an 88% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 94% audience score. And let me put that in perspective. Actually, that's a higher critic rating than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and it's a higher audience score than Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And reviewers and fans alike praised it for feeling like a fresh breath of air. It's a tight, focused, and character-driven story. The cast was fantastic, with Yelena Belova getting a chance to truly shine as the team's heart and soul. The self-contained plot, a thrilling mission without the burden of setting up 5 other movies, was something audiences had been craving. And it was exactly what many people said Marvel needed to do. But yet it failed. So if quality wasn't the problem, then what was? The answer is actually a complex one, but it comes down to 4 key factors. Like the MCU brand is no longer a guarantee. For over a decade, the Marvel Studios logo was a cinematic superpower in itself. The simple promise of the interconnected universe was enough to get people in seats. That's why you didn't have to know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were, because you knew they were part of the MCU, and that meant it would be a fun and exciting ride. But that brand loyalty has been losing its charm. The multiverse saga has been a roller coaster of hits and misses. And you've had a few underperforming films or a string of television shows that casual viewers might not have even kept up with. And Thunderbolts followed another film that, while not a total disaster, still underperformed, like Captain America: Brave New World. Actually, the cumulative effect is what's so damaging. Casual moviegoers who once saw every MCU film out of habit now feel like they have to be more selective. The brand is no longer a stamp of guaranteed quality and must-see storytelling. It's now a series of individual projects, some of which are fantastic, and others that are just fine. Then there is the obscure team problem. This second factor is a crucial one, which is audience recognition. Like the Thunderbolts are not the Avengers, they aren't the Fantastic Four, they're not even the Guardians of the Galaxy. They are a team of side characters and antagonists, who, while beloved by dedicated fans, have never been the face of the franchise. You have Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, and Ghost. But none of them are household names, on the level of Captain America or Iron Man. The team itself is a group of secondary characters, from other people's movies and shows, which makes for great storytelling for a specific audience. That's why it's a tough sell for a global audience. And the marketing had to work overtime to introduce the concept of this new-found family of anti-heroes, and that's a heavy lift in an era of franchise fatigue. Now some of you might say that the first Captain America or Iron Man were based on B-list characters too. And you might be right, but those were a decade ago. And now we live in a new era of streaming and content saturation. Then next is the streaming effect. And this is perhaps the most dangerous and self-inflicted wound for the entire Disney theatrical strategy. Like the existence of Disney Plus has fundamentally changed consumer behavior. Every single casual viewer knows that a Marvel movie will be available to stream at home in a matter of a few months or sooner. So why pay for tickets, for parking, for snacks, when you can just wait and watch it on your couch, with your existing subscription? That's why when a movie is an absolute must-see comes out, like Avatar: The Way of Water or Deadpool and Wolverine, only then people will show up. But when a film feels like a lower-stake, lower-budget entry in a series, people usually became more patient. And this isn't just a Marvel problem, it's a Disney problem across all their brands. And then lastly, a confusing and late marketing campaign. So finally, let's talk about the marketing itself. The campaign for Thunderbolts was confusing. The asterisk in the title created an online mystery, and that a small subset of fans obsessed over. But for the general public, it was just a confusing logo. But the big reveal, that the title would change to The New Avengers, was a great cinematic moment, but it came at the very end of the film. And it was too late to drive opening weekend sales. Furthermore, the trailers focused on the team's internal dynamics, which were the film's strength, but they failed to give a clear sense of the plot or main threat. The character of Sentry, one of the most powerful and fascinating antagonists in the MCU, was not a major part of the marketing materials. As a result, the trailers and commercials felt more like a low-stake movie, not a major theatrical event. And when you're competing for $1 billion in box office, you need to sell spectacle, not just the character. So what does all of this tell us? Actually, the box office failure of Thunderbolts is a harsh, but necessary lesson for Marvel Studios. It proves that the old rules of the game no longer apply. And a good movie isn't enough, brand loyalty isn't enough, even a great cast isn't enough. Superhero fatigue isn't about the quality of the films, it's about a collective exhaustion, with the sheer volume of content, and a lack of clear event-level stakes. And the film's failure is a clear sign that Marvel needs to correct himself. They have to stop relying on the past, and start making movies that feel truly essential and unique. Fewer films, bigger swings, and a renewed focus on earning back the audience's trust. And let me tell you, Thunderbolts didn't fail because it was a bad movie. It failed in spite of being a good one. And that's more than anything is the real story here. So what do you think? Did you see Thunderbolts in theaters? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.